Good morning, everyone. I have got to do a service on the transmission on our John Deere 1025R this morning. Supposed to have done it yesterday, ended up shipping stuff all day. So the first thing I got to do is get some stuff out of the way. There's all the time to work. And there's always 55 things that need to be done, at least around here. And I'm sure it's the same way at your place. But sometimes you have to stop and take care of your equipment. If you don't, it won't take care of you later. I gotta move something else. Hang on. Okay, move out lawnmowers, push mowers. We bought this guy. This is a Honda GCN series. I wanted the GCX, but believe it or not, nobody had the GCX in stock that had the auto blade feature. The regular mowers, whether you know it or not, on a push mower, when you let go of the handle, it shuts off the mower. And it does that, I'm sure, because lawyers got involved and it was a safety issue for the blades to stay running while nobody was holding on the mower handle. Worked for years for me. So we wanted one that didn't have that feature, and Honda's got a couple models that way. The one I wanted, actually the two I wanted that had that, are not available in the country nowhere. So, alright, I gotta pick up a few pieces of garbage, move out another mower, we'll be right back. Anybody should know that you need a clean workspace. Don't have to be spotless, it needs to be clean. So I'm going to do a little bit of sweeping. This sweeping helped me from getting quite as dirty. I've been letting my brother use this space. And I normally like it a little bit cleaner. I usually have a push broom, but my push broom broke, and I've just failed yet to go out and pick up another one. Alright, I'm going to finish this up. We'll be back in a second. Okay, so now we're going to get the tiller off the back of it. Just going to make life easier when we go to work on it. That way we're not hindered by a tiller. It needs washed. Whew. Boy, does it ever need washed. It is dry and dusty around here. So we want to find a good spot to drop it that's fairly level, but it makes hooking back up to it so much easier. I like to fold the seat up. Alright, you can see my kickstand's a little bent. I'll straighten that out this winter. Well, I think my hole's a little watered out, causing problems. All right. Easiest to check and see like that if any of the pins will slide out without extra work. Multi-use adjustable wrench. All right. Drive shaft is a quick disconnect. Okay. All right. We're getting down here under that little John Deere. Right here is our drain plug for our transmission. So we're going to break it loose. There we go. And then we're going to 13 millimeter, by the way. Then we will back it out with our finger due to a little bit of a lack of clearance. And we're just going to back it out until we know that it's loose. And we'll pull it to the side. Fluid's not extremely dirty. I wouldn't expect it to be, but it's probably worn out. Supposed to service these every 200 hours. I would say if it's like most things, a little sooner is better. So 150 to 180 is probably a preferred. Things last longer when you take better care of them. We got a filter up here to change also above the mid PTO. I use this seal top oil drain pan. This is actually a new one. I've got a big one, but in order to use my big one, I'd have had to put this thing up on blocks or stands, and I just didn't want to deal with it. So I got a little one. I've got some small ones that are open top, but this way I don't have to worry about the animals getting into it and so on and so forth. Clean it up and store it until next oil change or next service. So
As you can see, our stream is slowing down. I'll probably pull the dipstick out and it probably drain. Yep, that's what I figured. It drained just a little bit faster. Drains a little too fast, as a matter of fact. It's causing a puddle. Yeah, I think I prefer it draining with the dipstick in. It's a little slower, but it's wanting to splash over the sides with the dipstick out. So do what your preference is, but you can see the difference there. If I just barely move it, it really speeds up. Now I got it up, but it's about running out of fluid, so looks like I've about filled this pan up, so it's not going to hold all the oil. I was afraid of that when I bought it. I need something a little wider. I may have to put the drain plug back in. So it is just literally just barely going to hold all the oil, as you can see. Alright, we'll pull this drain pan out of here and put the plug back in just a second, and I'll show you where the oil filter is, or transmission filter. Alright, right there is what we're going for. Now, we're going to go at that with a traditional oil filter wrench. I have several of these. Danger of being an auto mechanic and that is turning into a farmer. So we'll push that up on there. We'll see if we can't get a bite, and we did. We'll pull our drain pan up under it so we don't end up leaking all over our floor. Let's see if I can get you a view of this. Sorry about the camera angle. Now with two hands, this is stupid simple. But since one's running the camera, it's a little bit harder. Alright. You want to make sure. See if I can get you up where you can see real good. You want to make sure there's no debris in between the housing. Got a little bit there that could fall into my way, so I will just get that out of there. We don't want no dirt to cut our gasket. Let me get you back out. Move you back down here. Definitely not the worst location I've seen for a filter. Now, we're going to take our new oil filter. We're going to put some fluid on that gasket. Let's swap hands. I do not think this is the right filter. Let me turn this off so I can fiddle with that a second. Okay, what I want to talk to you about before I fill this up, this is where you fill it. And it gets pretty dirty around here, so make sure before you take this fill plug out that you clean this. I took a rag and wiped it out, and then I took some parts cleaner and washed it out. So this holds 13 quarts. John Deere advised low viscosity, so that's what I'm using. And this is their low viscosity high guard transmission and hydraulic oil. The part number on this gallon jug is a TY22000. Now, there is a magnetic screen that you can take out and service, and I do that every other service. As much as I'll probably be using this year, it will probably get serviced again before next season. We have really picked up on our farming, so this little 1025R is really earning its keep. And this is the same procedure for a 1023E also. There is the filter John Deere sold me. It's a LVA 16054. It may or may not be the correct filter for your model. And it takes this fluid pretty fast. You could use a bigger funnel go a little, pour it a little quicker. But this is what I had handy in my little workshop. So it's what I'm using. It's hot outside, but it's nice and cool right here right now. The breeze is blowing. I thank the good Lord for that breeze. It sure feels good. That breeze is blowing and keeping things feeling pretty darn good. And then here is the single quart they sold me. Just makes life easy. You could buy an extra gallon and feed out of it, but obviously 3 gallons is 12 quarts. And we hold 13. I'm going to stop just shy of 13. Put my plug in. And then I'm going to check it. Now I'm not going to tighten this plug. I'm just going to stick it in there. Shifter neutral. That should give us sufficient time for the filter to pump full. Here is your dipstick, by the way, in case I don't know what it looks like. And it sits just over the side here, down on the case below the fuel plug. And we are barely touching the stick, so you know, it's just nice to look and know what you need. Confirm things and not just pour it and hope for the best. And you know, you could end up with a jug with less fluid than what it says it's got. Okay, so there's all 13 in it. Wipe our funnel off, move it to the side. Okay. Probably not all drained back down. I'll check that again tonight. We're right almost on the full mark, at the crosshatch. But if it ain't on the full mark, I'm going to add a little bit. All right, guys. I hope that helped. Thank you.